Hey, welcome back to Of Roads and Places. Today we start off an epic that will take us through Namanga to Arusha, Moshi, Oloitoktok and back to Nairobi. I can't wait to show you what this journey has.
I wanna come for you, I know you've been alone. Oh, where do you go?
I will break the video into a few parts just so you're not here for the full 2.5 hours of footage.
I know how you.
If you haven't watched how to get to Isinya, you might want to click on the top right. There's a video of how to get to Isinya, and that's how I got to Isinya. And when you get to Isinya, you'll be taking a right turn. Road is well marked. You'll see, it will tell you you're going to Namanga.
Find yourself knowing, lost and looking for a soul. Grabbing for what you can hold. Sometimes realize there's nowhere to go. Cause the thing we're searching for is just waiting back home. And you've done your walking, probably enough for two. Oh, often you've had it rough, but you also had your cup filled up. And we both know every time you come around, every time you return, you see it in your tired eyes that you still have more to go.
Let me tell you something, Tracy. It can't be anything like love, can it?
No, it mustn't be. It can't.
Would it be a
UMMA University, this is an Islamic university that is at Kisaju.
right into our hearts? It does, doesn't it? Tracy, you're so...
It's like steps are melting away. What is it? Have I got feet of clay or something? It's not under the pool. It's just over the lawn. And
It's really good to see such buildings and complexes built in the middle of nowhere, because they usually tend to be the first steps for areas to really develop well. And I hope this area will open up because of these few investments that people have taken a risk to do.
Sometimes realize there's nowhere to go. Cause the thing you're searching for has been waiting back home. I stay waiting for you. I stay waiting for you.
This is Kajiado town. If you took a right here, you'll be going into the main town itself. Didn't bother to go in. Having been there before, there's nothing really to see. It's more of an administrative town because of it was the headquarters of what was Kajiado district. I really want to apologize for the jerky footage, but oh my god, Kenyan roads are so rough. And I know I sound like one of those people who are always beating down their country, but I can't believe that we couldn't do a better job than our neighbors. with how much it costs to construct roads here and comparatively with how much the Tanzanians spend. If you're under any illusion on which road is best to go or come back from Tanzania, it will be quickly dispelled on this road. You'll meet so many vehicles from Tanzania. So I can tell even the travelers love this route better than the one through Emali. Well, at least this road has one up over other Kenyan roads. The road markings were quite fresh and signage was everywhere. Guardrails had not been spoilt or lost or not replaced. They were all there, so this was really nice. The trip from Isinya to Namanga will take you around 2 hours. Can't complain much about the journey. It's not as traffic jammed. And once you get to Namanga, you'll immediately start getting solicited by agents to help you cross the border. Namanga town and the border post are nestled below Namanga Hill, which gives a really nice background of the border post. It was slightly overcast on the day, so you couldn't see the top of the hill itself, but it's really a huge hill. It's just a monolith. There are no other smaller hills around it. So this is a one-stop border post where you have the Kenyan and the Tanzanian governments operating under one building, so that you have an almost seamless transition from Kenya to Tanzania. You wouldn't have to go to two different buildings to meet the two ends of the border. It works. It was relatively fast. It doesn't take you more than, I'd say it took me around 30 minutes to get through. And the only sticking point was because I had to present my COVID tests, and they just happened to be 1 day older than is required. But having had a discussion with the port team, mark you, no bribe was passed between them and me. I was able to resolve this. They really insist on you having a test that is less than 72 hours. Mine just happened to be around 96 hours old. However, banish the thought that there is no corruption here. I was solicited for a bribe because I did not have my original logbook, but I was able to talk my way out of it because I wasn't going to use this border post on the journey back. So there was no need for me to deposit my original logbook. And that's the only reason why I did not have to part a bribe. Mark you, that bribe, funny but true, was solicited by someone from the Tanzanian side. I decided to stay over at Namanga since it was already 4 p.m. by the time I got here, and I didn't feel like driving to Arusha just in case I got caught up in night driving. I wasn't in the mood to drive at night. So I slept over at a bed and breakfast called Sarafina. Totally adequate, nothing to write home about. It's right at the border. They provide you hot water showers, toothbrush, toothpaste, and an amenity kit, and the towels. Totally expected fare. And they had the most interesting TVs you could ever see. So you've heard of Samsung. I wonder if you've heard of Sinsang. The following morning, I began my 120 kilometer journey to Arusha, and as soon as I left Namanga, you get beautiful view of Mount Longido, and you have this view of Mount Longido for more than 3/4 of the journey. It's either in front of you or behind you. You'll never miss it. You'll look back in your rear view mirror, you'll be seeing it all through. Can you see how much smoother the footage is? This is how much smoother the roads are. Well marked. Still jua kali construction in some places. I didn't understand why they didn't do proper bumps here, since they are going to set up a way bridge here, so should have maybe done a better job with the bumps. Smoother roads in Tanzania does not mean you get to drive faster. They have the most strictest of laws and enforcement of speed limits. So I was very hesitant to do anything over 80 kilometers an hour and kept watching out for any signposts asking for reduced speed, as we should. However, can I just ask, have you ever driven and thought that the laws do not go together with common sense? I couldn't understand why we had to drive slower in places that are not a town. You aren't going through a town, but you get this really punitive speed instructions of 50 kilometers an hour, and they extend for quite a while.
Darkest hour, I wanna come for you. I know you've been alone. Oh, where do we go? In your head, when in the real world is snow.
As I told you, my Mount Longido is always in the background as you drive, and this was beautiful. I had to wait for the clouds to lift off, and the beauty of this mountain and how it looms over your journey, totally breathtaking. This bit of the road has to be one of the longest straight bits of the road I've ever driven on. I could visualize it being in Kenya and seeing Subaru and Mark X guys doing drag races on it. But surprisingly, everyone driving on this bit of the road was driving at reasonable speed. Nothing Daredevil, Evil Knievel kind of thing.
There's nowhere to go. 'Cause the thing we're searching for is just waiting back home. And you've done your walking, probably enough for two. Oh, often you've had it rough, but you also had your cup filled up. And we both know, every time you come around, every time you return, you see it in your tired eyes, that you still have more to go.
Holy mountains, rest of God,
like love, can it?
No, it mustn't be. It can't.
Would it be inconvenient?
Terribly. Anyway, I know it isn't. Oh my, we're out of our minds.
Right into our hearts.
Music.
It doesn't it? Tracy, you're so...
If my instincts are melting away.
One of the more annoying things
Play or something.
about driving in a foreign country is how much the cops take advantage of you being a foreigner to stop you at any point. And on my journey from Namanga to Arusha, I was stopped 3 times by traffic cops, and they needed to see my passport. I wonder what law allows traffic cops to have a look at my immigration status. They also needed to see my fire extinguisher and lifesavers, which was fine because I had those. So please make sure you always have those in your car. And they also needed to see my license. It was quite annoying. Every time they would stop me, I knew exactly what they wanted. But the good thing is, if you've not broken any law, then the inconvenience you only suffer is the passing of time.
darkest hour. I wanna comfort you, I know you've been alone. Oh, where do we go? In your head when in the real world there's snow. Oh, I know how you hate the cold. Spend your life searching for more. Afraid to leave, afraid to show. Fight to leave, fight to leave, fight to sometimes find yourself knowing no. Lost and looking for a soul. Grabbing for what you can hold. Sometimes realize there's nowhere to go.
So finally got into Arusha, and if you were in doubt about who's president, Arusha will remind you every 100 meters.
enough for two. Oh, often you've had it rough, but you also had your cup filled up.
So after a few hours driving from Namanga to Arusha with the few stopovers that I made, I get into Arusha. Time to go look for somewhere to sleep over. Beautiful town, I already love it, and I hope you loved the video as well. The next video will be at the drive from Arusha to Moshi to see if we could get a glimpse of Mount Kilimanjaro. So do remember to click on the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you get notified as soon as the second part of this Kenya-Tanzania epic is uploaded. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you get notified when the second part of this Kenya-Tanzania epic is uploaded. Remember to leave a comment down below. Tell me, what do you think about the difference between Kenyan roads and Tanzanian roads this far? Until I see you the next time, cheers, and wherever the road takes you, may be full of joy.
Oh, so